So hello again. On this lesson, very exciting, we are going to be looking at playing our first scale, which is the C major scale, in what is called the open position, the first position of the guitar. And we'll go through note by note. Also, we're going to learn how to play a basic melody. We're going to learn how to play what I just played now, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Not as complex as I did it. We're going to do it very simply. But this will help you to be able to see how easy it is to play your first melody on the guitar. So let's play together now the C major scale. Now we know that the C major scale consists of all natural notes, so no sharp notes and no flatted notes. So we're going to look at that again in the first position, also known as the open position of the guitar. So let's start on the lowest note, which is E. Now we're playing the C major scale, but we're starting on E because that is the lowest note available in this position. So we have E. Now with our first finger, remember you want to have the technique, you want to have the posture nice and as relaxed as possible. So we have E. Then we have F with our first finger on the first fret of the sixth string. Then we have G. You're going to skip one. Remember, there's a whole step between F and G. So we have G with our third finger on the third fret of the sixth string. So now the fifth string we have open A. Now remember, there's a whole step, so we're going to use now our second finger to play B. Now between B and C we have a half step, so we're only going to go up one fret. Now remember, I'm playing as close as I can to that fret bar to get the purest sound. C. Then our next note in the C major scale is D, which is open on the fourth string. Then the whole step to E, so I'm going to go to the second fret again, as close as possible to the fret bar there to get the good sound. Now we know that between E and F we have a half step, so I'm only going to go up one fret for F. Then the next note being G, we're going to play the open G. Then from G to A we have a whole step, so we're going to go to the second fret of the third string with my second finger. Now B is going to be open. We have open B. Then we know that between B and C we have a half step. So between the open string and the first fret we have a half step. So B to C, then C to D, we have the whole step, third fret, third finger on the second string. Then we have the open E. Now again between E and F we have a half step, so we just want to go up just one fret there between the open and the first fret. Then between F and G we have a whole step. Now we can even add one more up here to the A by stretching our fourth finger all the way to the fifth fret, which gives us that high A, which is also a note in the C major scale. So let's try that again. Let's play together. So we have E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. Nowadays, it's very common for guitar music to be notated as tablature. We use tab for short, and you might have heard that. Tab basically is you view and you're able to see every string laid out, and then the way to be able to notate the different frets of where your hand would go, your finger would play the note, would be by number. So if it's first fret would be 1, second fret 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it's important to understand that an open string would be 0. So tab, and you'll be able to see it on the string, as we notate the open strings, would be E, would look like that. A 0 right there. D would be on the 4th string, also notated as 0. We got G. We have B. And lastly, E. So I'll play some notes and you'll be able to see how they are written by tab. So for instance, if I play this note here, which is a G, which is on the 5th fret of the 4th string, it would be notated like this. Let's say this note here. This note is actually D, and it's notated on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So now if we're notating more than one note being played, say for instance this, it would be notated like that. So now let's play together a very simple melody, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, which all the notes in that little ditty have all natural notes in the key of C major. So we're going to do it in 2 different octaves in the open position. So the first note is C, C, G, G, A, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, C, C, G, G, A, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C. Okay, so we also see that we can play this same melody an octave higher. So we're going to go an octave above what we just played. And instead of this C, we're going to start on this C, right? C, C, G, G, A, G, F, F, E, E, D, D, C, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, G, G, F, F, E, E, D, C, So now we're going to talk about alternate picking. So alternate picking simply means downstrokes and upstrokes. So of course, so far we've only been using downstrokes. So if I play just an open G, a downstroke would be like that. So an upstroke is just going the opposite way, upstroke. So now alternate picking simply is just down, up, up. So let's incorporate alternate picking with the C major scale. So we're going to break this down. So starting on the Mi form in the open position, we have E and then F. So we can practice that, just those two notes, down, up, down, up, down, up on the F, down on the E, up on the F. So now if we alternate pick between G and A, we're going to find that it's a bit different because now we are using two strings. So let's try that. We have G down, A up, G down, A up. Again, G down, A up, G, then A. So a little bit tricky. So if we alternate pick the whole entire C major scale, it'll basically be E down, F upstroke, G down, then A upstroke, B down, C upstroke, D downstroke, E upstroke, F downstroke, then G upstroke, A downstroke. Now we got B upstroke, C downstroke, D upstroke, then E downstroke, F upstroke, G downstroke, then A upstroke. So now going down is going to be slightly different, and it's going to be a subtle difference here, but very important also to practice. So if we start on A, going down, and then G going up, right? Just practice that. A to G, down, up. So now going from F to E, of course, would be F down, then the open string up. F down, open string E, which is up. So now going from E to D, again, a bit more trickier because we're going between two strings. So E, downstroke, and then D, upstroke. First string E, downstroke. Second string D, upstroke. One more time, E, downstroke. Second string D, upstroke. Well, we already did the A as we finished the scale. Now going back down, we're going to go G, downstroke, F, upstroke, E, downstroke, D, upstroke, C, downstroke, B, upstroke, A, downstroke, G, upstroke, F downstroke, E upstroke, D downstroke, C upstroke, B downstroke, A upstroke, G downstroke, F upstroke, and then E downstroke. Also, once again, I'd like to remind you that you can go to our website, guitarleading.com, and you can download the ebook, which will have the graphics and the notation of this song and everything that we went over today, so that will be able to help you to practice before our next lesson.